Hello, how are you? Welcome to the party. I just realized right before I hit play that I needed to get this thing heated up. So let's do that first. Great. And I've got a penguin cutout here, as you can see, that I want to show you tonight. So come and hang out with me for a little bit. And I'm hoping that I will have a keyword to use. We'll see. Here in just a second, if I can get my thing to load. Here we go. All right. Keyword is ornament. It's all set up and ready for you to comment right here on this post. Okay. And this is gonna be super duper easy. Okay, we're gonna make an ornament tonight with the penguin. Hi Stephanie, how are you? Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna paint with bright white paste first. Hopefully, yeah, I still have some in here. All right, there we go. Just get a little bit. Oh, my tape on here is in a questionable state at this point, but we're gonna use it and then I'll remove it next time. I always say that, don't I? Do I always remove it next time? No, I don't. Maybe a lie. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Thanks for joining me, doll. So, if you guys pray, I want you to do me a favor. One of our friends here, and one of my very loyal customers, her sister broke her collarbone like a couple of days ago, and she's been in a lot of pain. So let us pray for her, okay? And y'all be thinking about her for me so that she can heal up pretty quick, okay? Hey, Terry, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. All right. Oh, and I still haven't fixed my thing in the background. I know. My counter's just, I don't know what it's doing. I need to do that. And if my phone wasn't doing the thing right now, I would tell Google to remind me, but... Hi, Suzanne. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a minute. Thanks for coming on. All right, I'm going to dry this. In fact, my friend with the broken collarbone, it was her sister, the lady that bought me this. She sent it to me. Because she's sweet. I love you guys. Hey, Sam. How are you? All right. I'm going to do one more quick layer, especially on our penguin. Make sure that the white is truly bright white. This tape does need to be replaced real bad. It's in a state. It's still sticky enough to stick my hand to it, but hardly sticky enough to hold this cutout down. I can get several uses out of my tape though, so I like that. All right, I guess I'll do the letters one more time too. So tell me how your day went. I want to know. Okay, I know. I need to send you your things. Sorry, it's been a little wild around here. But I promise you I will get that out to you quickly. And maybe something a little extra too. I love seeing your resin projects. I would love for you to share them with me as soon as you finish. I love seeing what you come up with. I am still a little bit afraid of resin. Not as bad as I was before I ever tried it. Like the one that has to sit overnight and all that stuff is terrifying still to me. I am just afraid. I don't know what I'm so scared of, but I am. The UV resin seems super duper easy, and I'm cool with it. But the other one, still afraid. So I would go look in the makeup aisle, and yeah, probably it's probably not going to be in a huge pack of them or anything. But yes, for sure, I would think that they would. And if not, like Walmart, you could find, I think, I don't know, these little makeup sponges that I use, they're the same ones that we used to use like back in the late 90s, early 2000s, whenever I was in like junior high and high school. I don't know if they're still selling in the stores or not, because all the girls do like the fancy makeup stuff now. I could absolutely never, whenever I was a teenager, I'm going to sand this a little bit just so it's not rough. My mom never would have bought me all that stuff. Like, a fancy makeup sponge and all that. Absolutely not. Okay. I was lucky to get Noxzema, and like the harshest, stuff for my face that I could ever possibly think to put on my face. I don't know how I have decent skin now. But yeah, maybe they do. I'm not sure. I've never looked specifically for those. But I have heard great things about just using makeup brushes to paint with too, y'all. I watched so much stuff on Facebook. I wax just a little bit, okay? I watch reels all the time. It's like I doom scroll. It's terrible. I'm the worst at doom scrolling. But these ladies go and buy like cheap makeup brushes and use them to paint with. And apparently they work great. So, I don't know. I try my best not to use brushes if I can not have to clean them. I don't like to do the things. The cleanup part is the worst for me. I don't like it. In fact, I love painting and things like that. I love painting rooms. I like doing all that kind of stuff. But the cleanup is what keeps me from wanting to do it. I do not want to be washing any kind of brushes or tools ever. Which is why you see me in here cleaning my squeegees with the baby wipe. In fact, I do have some clean squeegees. Only because I found a pack of them in my stuff from ChalkCon. And I was like, ooh, score. Alright, you know me. Shimmer Shadow for the win. Now, this whole guy is going to be Shimmer Shadow, okay? It's not probably correct. But it's what I'm doing. Because I don't want to have to do this twice. And wash it and all that stuff in between. I'm tired. Today was a long day. I had an appointment. So I don't know about any of you, okay, if y'all have small businesses or whatever, but there's like so I do events for my nail business a lot, okay, and I have met some really great people by doing events, and I was invited, that's cute, to this thing, and I never even knew this existed, okay? I don't know why it's all of a sudden coming into my purview, but anyways, I met these women that are in this group called B&I, and it's like a networking group. You do have to pay for it though. It's for businesses, and basically you give each other referrals, and you're able to like meet new people that way, okay? And you meet weekly. That's my other problem, is I would like to join it, but with my work schedule, there's no way that I could do it, because I have meetings usually that pop up, and I can't commit to something long term where I have to be there on a Tuesday, and I travel for work too. So like sometimes I have to book a trip on Friday afternoon for Monday morning, or you know, things like that. And so I just can't. After these projects I'm working on are over, I'm hoping that maybe I'll join then. But anyways, so I went to one of those meetings today. I was invited to be a visitor, and y'all, it was so much fun. They like talked about how they do the thing, how they refer people and stuff like that. Well, we also got to talk to somebody in the group, like one-on-one, and they were supposed to like give you a referral from the group or whatever, which is cool. Like suggest somebody that you needed to talk to in the group that might be able to use your services, whatever. Okay. So that was cool. Anyways, the whole point of this discussion is that the man that I spoke to, okay, he was older, Maybe his eyesight was off, okay? I don't know. But I'm still taking this as a compliment win, okay? Anyways, he sells health insurance, which is really an interesting concept because I get health insurance, both Chris and I do, through my workplace, but I am tempted to get a quote from him to see if we could get better insurance and not buy the insurance through our work, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe. Right now I have an HSA through my job, and honestly, it's not great insurance. I do it so that I can put money into my HSA. Okay, Chris has real insurance at his job that's like actually pays for things without a giant deductible. So he may not be interested. Plus his insurance is cheap, but maybe I am. I don't know. Anyways, this man tells me, y'all, I thought this was like so funny whenever he said this to me. He said, you know, you have a long time to worry about, a long time till you have to worry about this, but people that once you turn about 45, your insurance costs just start to skyrocket, health insurance wise. He said, you're in your your late 20s, your early 30s, so you don't have to worry about it, y'all. I was like, oh, honey, thanks. I'm 41, okay? So my skincare's working in other news. Hi, Stace, how are you? Okay, thank you, Suzanne. I love you. I'm going to put this to the side so that I don't have to think about it. Okay, now, I know this seems like it's not going to be an ornament, but we're going to make it an ornament, okay? So just trust the process. I'm going to dry all of this with I love this dryer, by the way. I need to add it to my Amazon. It's amazing. It doesn't blow, but like, it hardly blows any air at all, but it is hot, and it heats up the things, okay? And dries this paste and paint really fast. Yeah, so that's the other thing too, is my husband's company, y'all, you know what I did? I was going to do these letters in a totally different color, and I just brain farted. It's fine. My brain quit working there for a minute because I was distracted by my story. Anywho, so we're going to put all the letters on here, okay? Now, they got to be close together, all right? So basically no kerning at all, all right? I can probably move that C over some. Anyway, so yeah, this guy told me that I looked like I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and my whole day was made, okay? After that. Like, I've been just flitting around here like, yeah, baby. So anyway, that's what I did this afternoon, or over lunch. I had that meeting, so I was really excited to go. Because most Tuesdays at lunchtime, I can't be getting away, okay? I cannot escape. So that was neat that I was able to. Okay, just trying to look and see where I can put. I think this whole H can have glue on it. I don't like to put glue on somewhere where it's not going to touch anything, because then I'll accidentally touch it and I'll glue my finger to it, and that'll be that. I meant to do this in red. In fact, I was going to use Jolene paste, because I barely got to use that paste before it sold out. And you know that's the color of the month right now. If you comment the word ornament, you can get the link to grab this for yourself, okay? Now, as you can see, I'm leaving these letters on here so that I don't screw this up, okay? Because if I don't, I don't know what I might do. Who knows what will happen to me if I don't. But I'm putting them super duper close together, okay? That's my point. Anyway, so yeah, his, my open enrollment is like in November. His doesn't come until the summertime, which is super duper weird. I don't know about y'all, but every company I've ever worked for, open enrollment was always like October, November time frame. I didn't think that it was ever any other time. And by the time I thought about it, I had just missed it, which is extremely annoying to me. So next open enrollment, I'm going to ask him. I've already asked him to look into that. But y'all, it's so expensive to have 2 adults. You know, like, kids are cheap. Family, you can have 20,000 kids on your insurance and it's the same price. Add 1 adult, it's insanely expensive. That all fit on there. Thank goodness, because I've been worried. I knew it was going to. I tested it. Okay, but I have problems. Whenever I go to start gluing stuff, things happen to me. It's like my brain shuts down. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay? Now, this is the Power Punch. You guys have seen this thing. I like to hold it with the hole, this thing, facing me. Okay? I didn't know that whenever I first tried this thing, that you could do that, until I saw someone else use it in front of me, and I'm like, my mind was completely, entirely blown. Okay? Just gonna give him a little hole in his head. All right? Right there. See that? All right. I have this red string, which doesn't make any sense now that I have no red on this project, but whatever. Okay, we're adding a little bit of color to our project. Yeah, so, I mean, you can buy health insurance, and it's actually, I don't think it actually has to be super expensive, from what I'm gathering in the world. Okay? Maybe I'm not even going to need I'll use my glue gun anyways, just because I took the time and hassle to turn it on and put a new battery in it. I will turn that off though. So, I'm thinking maybe I want to, hold on, before that cools off. It's already starting to. I'm putting both my ends together, okay? Goodness. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to just loop this, and I'm not doing my little, the little bow thing. It doesn't work as good with just string like this. It's still cute, but it's not as cute. So, I'm just going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to trim the ends. You know? I had a thought. My brain did a little thing just now, where I suddenly came up with an idea, okay, that just, boop, I had an idea that, I don't know if y'all saw the moment that the thought happened in my brain hole. It did. Things sometimes go on in there. I know it's not always apparent, but there are things happening in that little space. My brain is just dinging around in there a lot of the time, not knowing if it's coming or going, but here we are. Ideas. Okay. Now, I did actually need the glue gun for this part. Hopefully, yeah, boy. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more down further so that I can actually push this thing through, so that it's like stiff enough to push through the hole. Maybe. We'll see about that. Anywho, so yeah, tell me about your day. Did somebody tell you that you looked early 30s? Because if not, it's fine. I'll share my joy with you. And then I was hanging out on my couch before I did my live tonight, and Dozer started expressing to me that he needed food in his bowl, which he had a whole half a bowl of food already in the other bowl that he could have consumed, but he didn't want that bowl. Okay, so I go and I fill it up, and I tell him, you know, no need to yell at me, sir. We're a family here, and you can treat me with kindness and respect. No, I don't think so. Anyway, so then I go and I sit back on the couch, and I'm just doom scrolling again on Facebook. And he consumes the rest of the other food bowl. I'm not going to put this one on because I can't seem to get it to go through there, and I'm out of patience. Okay? Anyways, he ate the rest of the other food bowl and didn't touch the full one. And then proceeded to come over and tell me that I needed to get up again and fill up the other food bowl that he just ate after I just filled up the other one. So that's the kind of insolence I'm dealing with around here. Just disrespect all the way around. And him just talking trash all the time. Look how cute this little penguin is. It's so perfect. I love it. What do you think? You can comment the word ornament right here to get the link to grab this cutout and to get all the stuff that I use from Chalk. Okay? I love you all. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.